Welcome to Once Upon a Fun Fact, where Disney history meets the hidden magic. Today, we're uncovering 20 fun facts about the Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland. From secret walkways to Imagineering mishaps, this castle has more hidden details than you think. And keep your eyes peeled, I've also placed a hidden Mickey somewhere in this video. If you found it, let me know down in the comments below, and let's dive on in. Walt flipped the castle model. Originally, Imagineers designed the castle to face away from Main Street. Yes, backwards. The rear of the castle would have been the first thing guests saw when entering the park. But when Walt Disney examined the model on the studio lot, he walked around it, paused, and literally turned it 180 degrees on the table. He said it looked better that way, and just like that, the castle was flipped. Thanks to Walt's instinct for storytelling, guests now experience the iconic storybook reveal as they approach the castle from Main Street. Built before the movie released. Sleeping Beauty Castle opened in 1955, but the Sleeping Beauty film wouldn't hit the theaters until 1959. Walt used the castle as a teaser trailer in real life, building interest in a movie that didn't yet exist. That's why the castle was originally just called Fantasyland Castle, but the name changed later to match the film's release. It's a small castle after all. Despite how grand it looks, the castle stands at just 77 feet tall. It uses a clever trick called forced perspective. Each row of bricks and windows get smaller as they go up. This creates an illusion of towering height. If you look closely, you'll see that the lower stones are much bigger, but near the top, they're barely the size of bricks you'd find at a dollhouse. If you love this kind of behind the scenes Disney magic, I've actually got another video packed with 20 fun facts about Cinderella's castle over at Walt Disney World. You can check that one out after this. Links in the description and at the end of this video. A real working drawbridge. That charming medieval drawbridge, yeah, it's actually fully functional. It's only ever been raised twice in Disneyland history, once for the grand opening in 1955, and again in 1983 for the Fantasyland remodel. It leads to the castle's inner gate just like a real fortress. Imagine walking across that bridge as it lowers over the moat. Storybook dreams come true. Avon Earl's art style lives here. Avon Earl, the brilliant artist behind Sleeping Beauty's gothic stylized backgrounds, shaped more than just a film. His angular trees and stained glass aesthetic inspired the castle's architecture and diorama art inside the walkthrough. Fantasyland as a whole owes much of its look to his distinct visual language. Hidden walkthrough attraction. Tucked inside the castle is a walkthrough attraction that most guests miss entirely. Originally opened in 1957, it tells Aurora's story through animated dioramas tucked into winding staircases and dimly lit halls. It's one of the most intimate attractions in the park because it's quiet, eerie, and of course, beautifully designed. You enter on the right side of the castle, just past the archway. Secret cast member door. Now here's a true hidden gem. On the left hand side of the castle's entrance, just before you cross the drawbridge into the courtyard, you'll spot a small arched wooden door. It's built right into the stone wall near the water's edge. This is a cast member access door, which leads to a narrow utility hallway behind the castle wall. It connects to backstage areas and sometimes even provides access to the upper Century Tower. Yes, the one above the arch with the iron crest. After 9/11, Disney quietly closed the castle walkthrough in 2001 over some safety concerns. It remained closed for 7 years, completely unnoticed by many guests. In 2008, it reopened with modern effects, richer colors, and shadow projection technology, And yes, Aurora's dress changes colors thanks to the clever lighting gag, which is a callback to her story. The dress color fight returns. Inside the walkthrough, you'll spot Aurora in her enchanted sleep, but her dress flickers between pink and blue. This is a direct nod to the film's final fairy feud, where Flora and Merryweather battle over the dress color.
Oh no, not pink. Make it blue. Merryweather, make it pink.
It's one of the most charming Easter eggs in the entire castle. The time capsule. In 1995, Disneyland buried a time capsule just in front of the castle's central hub, beneath a special plaque. It was a part of the 40th anniversary celebration and is set to be opened in 2035, 80 years after opening day. Inside are cast messages, guest items, and park memorabilia from the mid-90s. Used to pitch Disneyland. Before Disneyland was greenlit, Walt used an early castle model and artist renderings to pitch his idea to ABC executives. The castle became the centerpiece of his television special, which helped secure the investment that brought Disneyland to life. Firework-proof design. Sleeping Beauty Castle hosts nightly fireworks, so the spires and rooftops are made from fire-retardant materials like fiberglass and treated metals. Every element was designed to handle intense heat and debris from pyrotechnics launched just behind the castle each night. Whispers of ghosts? Some cast members will tell you that the castle is actually haunted. Reports include doors creaking open, shadows moving in locked rooms, and cold spots in the upper tower. While there's no official ghost story, it wouldn't be Disney without just a little hint of mystery. Preserved 1950s art. Despite upgrades, many scenes inside the walkthrough still use original background art from 1957. Preserved with care, these vintage visuals reflect a time when Imagineering was more brushstroke than blueprint. Animation tech used to design it. Imagineers used multiplane camera layering, the same technique used in classic Disney animation, to test how the castle's layers would look in person. They simulated depth and distance by painting it on a glass and shifting perspectives, just like animating a scene in Snow White. There was almost a moat boat ride. Early concepts pitched a boat ride that would circle the castle moat and enter a small tunnel beneath it. It was later scrapped, but the vibe inspired attractions like storybook land canal boats, which does use that same gentle, magical sort of feel. Wasn't always a Sleeping Beauty castle. For a brief time during early construction, the castle had no princess named attached to it. It was just called the Fantasyland Castle. Walt didn't tie it to Sleeping Beauty until marketing for the film began. Maleficent in the fireworks. During special shows like Disneyland Forever, Maleficent's dragon face is briefly projected onto the castle during a dark segment. It's a blink and you'll miss it moment, but a cool nod to the final boss of the film. Top 10 most photographed buildings in the world. According to image tracking data, Sleeping Beauty Castle ranks in the top 10 most photographed buildings on Earth, right up there with the Eiffel Tower and Big Ben. Not bad for something that's smaller than a palm tree. The only castle Walt walked through. Most importantly, this is the only Disney castle Walt Disney ever set foot in. He walked under its archway, gave speeches beside it, and stood on the drawbridge on opening day. That makes this castle not just an icon, but a living piece of Walt's dream. Which of these castle secrets surprised you the most? Drop your favorite fact in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter or X for more behind the scenes Disney magic. And how many hidden Mickeys did you spot? Don't forget to let me know that too. Thanks for watching Once Upon a Fun Fact, and see you in the next fairy tale.